Do you feel resentment over the trauma you suffered in the past? Are you angry for certain things that happened to you? Or do you understand that this stuff happened for you? A lot of the times we live in a very victim mentality and wonder why we deserved for certain things to happen. Why did we suffer the way we did? Why were we punished by God or the universe? But it wasn't punishment. It was here to give us a lesson. Life does not happen to us. Life happens for us. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. We tend to spend a lot of our lives resentful over what has happened to us. We have suffered trauma from childhood. We have suffered trauma throughout our lives. We have suffered traumatic relationships. And we keep wondering, why is the world full of bad luck? Why do I keep getting suffering? Why do I keep getting punished? Why did God or the universe do this to me? Why do I have to put up with this kind of stuff? But that's the thing. When we live in this victim mentality, when we're like, oh, woe me, poor me. And I'm not trying to be a bitch there or anything. I suffer trauma. I know what it's like, and I have compassion for anyone who has suffered, and I'm not taking that away from you. I'm not. But when we live in that kind of energy, we can't move forward. We can't heal. And we can't grow. When we understand that life actually happens for us and not to us, we can embrace the lessons that we learned through these experiences. For a long time, I wanted to hit a switch. I wanted to go back. I wanted to change my past. I wanted to not experience what I'd experienced because it was painful, because it was hard. There was a time where I wondered, was this all there was? Like, is life just full of pain? Do I just suffer again and again? Do I have to go through this pain again and again? But when I started to heal, I started to understand that I actually don't want to go back and change it, because my traumas have made me the person I am today. Would I be as pure? Would I be as whole? Would I be as genuine and authentic as I am now if I hadn't have experienced what I experienced? If I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth, if I grew up fucking wrapped in cotton wool and never had a fucking toxic boyfriend, would I be as nice as I am now, or would I be a bitch? I don't know, but I do know that what has happened to me has shaped who I am, has shaped what I'm becoming. And that makes it easier. When you understand that, like, this is the thing. We're all souls living a human experience, right? And before we incarnate on this planet, we decide what we are going to go through. I believe that we reincarnate again and again to fix the mistakes of the past lifetime. So we'll experience similar things throughout each lifetime. And back at the start, it was horrendous. And then it got milder every time. So, even if your this life, was full of trauma, it's probably fucking mild compared to the experiences that you had in previous lifetimes. But my point is that we choose, before we incarnate, the life that we want, or the life that we're going to experience, because it's for a purpose. And the universe doesn't allow us to experience anything that we're not capable of handling. It gives us strength. It makes us resilient. You know what I mean? If, it's not going to throw stuff at us to make us weak. It's going to throw stuff at us to make us strong. We learn and grow from the experiences that we have, good and bad. But understand that it's happening for a reason. Nothing is an accident. Every little thing was pre-orchestrated, but every little thing happens for a reason. I was abandoned as a child, not because I wasn't good enough, not because I was a failure, because you can't blame a child. Don't get me wrong, unconsciously for 30 years of my life, I actually, my inner child blamed herself, but that's beside the point. That's, what I'm trying to say is, it wasn't my fault, but it shaped who I am now. Every trauma I went through, every toxic relationship I went through was a lesson. It was a lesson, and it was to help me to become stronger. And I can now use those experiences to help other women, to help other people not suffer the way I did. And this is the lesson we need to learn. We can choose to remain in victim mentality. We can choose to sit there and feel sorry for ourselves. We can choose to go, why me? Oh my God, I suffered so much. And this is, I find this with narcissists. Narcissists have very, very little trauma, and they end up going to fucking blaming the whole world. And this is why they're so fucking toxic. Because they're like, oh, the world owes me something. But us empaths are understanding that our trauma happens for us. Nothing happens to you, it happens for you. And we're here to make the world a better place. I'm glad that I'm the one who suffered. If I can help somebody else not suffer. And I see that, I see with, I was reading about this the other day, but I've seen it with my own childhood. I suffered certain things in my childhood more than what my sibling did, my brother. And I'm glad. And I got a toxic version of my dad, whereas my siblings didn't. They got a different version of him. And I'm glad they didn't get the version I did. I'm glad I was the one. I hate saying that word. I'm not happy that this happened. But I'm happy that they didn't suffer the way I did. If I can take on that pain for somebody else, I'm going to do that. Because that's what I'm here for. I'll take that shit. You know what I mean? And I'd rather be the one to take that shit than let anyone else take that shit. And now I understand that all my pain and all my trauma is so that I can help others get through quicker. It took me a long time to understand that life happens for you. It took me a long time to heal this stuff. It took me a lot of deep, dark fucking days to uncover all of this truth. I've been to the deepest, darkest depths of hell more than once. And it took me a long time to get out of it. And I have had to walk away from so many people and isolate myself to get through this. And my goal, my purpose, my passion now is to help you get through it quicker. I don't want to see people going years and years suffering the residues of the trauma that they experienced. I want to get you out of it quicker. I don't want it to be fucking prolonged years like me. I want you to be out of that trauma today. You know what I mean? I don't want you to suffer as long as I did. This is why I'm a feminine empowerment coach. This is why I've been guided to help people. It's because I want to make your transition from the pain into the power quicker and less hard. I want you to get you there quicker and have you suffer a lot less. I've had to do a lot of this on my own. I've had to do a lot of this this inner work alone. And that has been hard. And don't get me wrong, I have my universe, I have my angels, I have my spirit team. So I'm never truly alone. And I have, a couple of great friends that I do appreciate. And I have a great community online. I have great soul sisters now. And, I really appreciate the support from them. So I'm never really alone. But for a long, long time there, I had to go into deep isolation to get through the traumas of the past. But it took, and I was angry for a long time, because I had to leave a lot of friends and I had to walk away from family members. And I was angry with the universe. I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you punishing me again? And this is what we do. We go into this victim mentality and we're like, why are you punishing me? But it's not a punishment. I realized that I had to be isolated so I could pursue my life purpose. I had to be isolated so that I could become the best version of myself and not listen to that negative 3D chatter, not listen to those other people and not let them bring me back down. I have to raise my vibration so that I can be of service to this planet. And this is what we need to understand. This is what I want to do to help you, is to get you from your trauma into your power so that you can help the next person. And that's what we do. We help each other so that we can help the next person. But if you stay in that victim mentality, if you stay in that lack, and that's the thing I've noticed as well, and I've done this myself, is that we've only known pain. And because we've only known pain, we're afraid of happiness. we're afraid of abundance. We're afraid of no pain. You get so comfortable is not the word, but it is comfortable as well. We get so used to what we've been through, we're actually afraid of the light, in a sense. We get so used to darkness that it becomes addictive. Not addictive, like we just know no different. And we actually get scared of the light. And when we surround ourselves with certain people and stay in that lack mentality and stay in that why me energy, why did this happen to me energy, we will continue to stay in that vibration, and we won't actually feel comfortable moving into a new vibration, because all we've ever known is pain and darkness. But we need to transition out of that. You continue to stay in that bubble of darkness and ask the world why it happened to you, why you were punished. Your life will continue to be dark. Your life will continue to be full of trauma and pain. You need to break out of that mentality, break out of that cycle, and understand this happened for you. And this is the hard part when you're first starting to understand this. You know, it's you're like, what the fuck, like, it happened for me? Like, you know, this trauma, this pain, this darkness happened for me. It is hard to fathom at the start, and you're like, you're in this victim mode anyway, and you're like, fuck off, like, you know, you're punishing me, you're doing this, you keep putting this on me. But that's not how it is. That's not what it is. You know, and I have it sounds weird, but I have gratitude for my past now. Even, like, you know, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, what I went through. But I am stronger because of it. I'm more resilient because of it. I'm more independent because of it. I'm more loving because of it. I'm more compassionate because of it. I've always wanted to help people. I've always been that compassionate empath that wanted to help people. But now I know and understand that all the pain and trauma I went through is so that I have the knowledge and experience to help people. You get me? Turn your pain into your passion. Turn your mess into your message. Be the guide, the helper, the coach, the therapist. Be that person for somebody else. Use your experience to help somebody else's experience easier, to help their healing easier. You know, and I've said this with my friends, like, every time I've, you know, helped friends in the past or helped clients, I will tell them my trauma, not for pity, but just to tell them, listen, hey, I've been in the darkness. I know what that darkness feels like. And my God, there's rainbows everywhere now. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still human. I still have my up and down days. I still go through a lot of triggers and healing. But I've gone from darkness to rainbows. And when I tell people my traumas, it's to tell them, if I've gone through this and can get to this, it means you can get to it as well. You can break out of that darkness. And I promise you can. And, like, you know, if you'd have told me back when I was going through my traumas or in that darkness, and I'm telling you, I was in the deepest, darkest depths of hell. I'm like, more than once, but it's hard to see a light. The light was gone. The light went for me completely. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. There was no light. And I never thought that I would ever see a light again. But for me to break out of that and to get to where I am now, that's magic. That's beautiful. And if I can do it, so can you. And all you have to do is stop feeling like you were punished. Because you weren't. You were put here for a reason. These obstacles, these challenges, these traumas were put here to make you stronger. To make you more resilient, to make you more powerful, to make you more loving, and to make you more compassionate, so that you can help the next person. So let me help you break out of your darkness. Let me help you see that this happened for you. Let me help you become stronger. Let me help you become more resilient, more empowered, And then you can use your experience to help the next person. And that's what this is all about. Us that have suffered the biggest traumas are the ones that are going to change the cycles. We're the ones that are going to change humanity. We're the ones that are going to help people heal quicker. So let me help you heal quicker than I did. Let me help you not prolong that suffering. And that's what it is. If we keep continuing to think life happens to us and that we're punished, our suffering will be prolonged. Our healing journey will take a lot longer. We need to break out of that victim mentality, break into the fact that this happened for you. It happened for a fucking reason. It happened to make you a powerful person, a compassionate person. It happened to make you a healer. So help me help you heal so that you can help the next person heal as well. Because this is what it's all about. We're all here to help and guide each other. So go on that journey with me today. Let me help you out of that darkness. Let me help you find that light again. And let me help you do it in a shorter space of time than I had to do it. And that's what it's about. This is what it is about. Life does not happen to you, it happens for you. And it happened for you because you are here for a higher purpose. You are here for a divine mission. And you need to break out of that mentality so that you can embrace that mission and help others on this planet. So trust it. Life happens for you, not to you. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you would like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path.